welcome to Rauta's underground trio. This time I have three very different styles of music here, and the funny thing is these are all from Finland. That wasn't even planned. These just came from my review pile, and coincidentally, it seems to be like this. So first I'm gonna do the unboxing one, and then I'm gonna present them in the order of worst to best. I'm gonna actually put them in the order where I listen to them, roughly. I guess this is the right one. So let's start with Sarvekas, the first album called Woven Dark Paths, and here it comes with a nice looking digipack from Soul Cellular Records. As you can see, pretty basic release, but nice atmospheric cover. Some liner notes here, and then you have obviously the booklet. And obviously, not every band these days even has a booklet. It's almost like some bands are kind of shy of putting out the lyrics and all that stuff, or whatever there is, band photos, what have you. But I prefer when bands do it the proper way, you know, having photos, having lyrics, so you can get the whole deal. And there you go, losing it underneath the table. Then we have this band called, this is kind of a hard, how to say it? I will get it in there. This is a tape release by ironic name, and this reads as Rakas seurakunta ... which is like my beloved, not my beloved, but beloved congregation. And here you have it, Kristillis-kansallis-konservatiivinen Suur-Suomi. Which is like Christian, nationalistic, conservative, Greater Finland, something like that. And this is a demo tape, even though through a label. And what you have here is classic J-card, quality paper, by the way, almost cardboardish, so not just some cheap ones. And this is indeed underground tape. One-man project, side one to a death metal band. We'll get to that. And then we have a kind of a weird promo, weird in the sense that this one is fully digital band, Time Primer, and now they have their first album out called Artefact. I'm not gonna even take this out because all you have here is more white paper. So this is basically a digital release only, which I guess I was lucky one to get a physical copy because that's what I require. And sometimes fans do these crazy stunts just for me. I can consider myself lucky. Now let's go from worst to best, all these bands, according to my opinion anyway. Let's start with Kristillis-kansallis-konservatiivinen Suur-Suomi. And this is raw end of black metal. Here it actually says Christian National Conservative Greater Finland. What I was trying to say here. And Rakas seurakunta, which is also ironic title, is the first and only release by the band so far. Demo, 15 minutes give or take, and 4 tracks. Now, this is a band by Oksennus guy. Oksennus meaning vomit, puke, all that stuff. A death metal band from Finland, and he has gotten this kind of a, how to say, grindy black metal project going very raw. All the things are quite lo-fi. It's not super raw, which is a benefit in this case. I mean, it's not like, you know, drowning the songwriting and riffs and all that stuff in just poor tape recording quality, but it's not really good either, but somehow doable. Now let's put it this way, the production is not the problem with this one, but so much by the songwriting. It's almost like a typical black metal project coming from non-black metal dude, in the sense that it almost sounds like, okay, this is a kind of a death metal or grind guy who is trying to do black metal. Not bad by all means, but kind of a lukewarm. The thing here is the screaming vocals are more like, okay, you're gonna do some, I don't know, napalm death or whatever, kind of a grind stuff, hardcore, whatever, punk, and it's not really like getting the black metal feeling out of it. The songs or songwriting isn't too shabby either. I mean, it's kind of listenable, but then again, more like, yeah, it's clearly it's early stage, and you know, doing those quite of a simple bare-boned riffs and all that stuff. Now the good thing is these are not overextending. I mean, it's like 4 minute give or take all the way through, and as such it's like getting right to the point. Now this is getting inspiration from rather blasphemic bands, that is like bands like Von, Profanatica, I guess in a one way, Havohe also, which means, yeah, it's kind of a dirty in the sense of expressing the language and all that stuff. And so it goes for the track listing here, like God is licking my bottom. I'm censoring myself just because, YouTube doesn't really like cursing and all that stuff. But beyond that, I mean, it's kind of a great concept, but the execution is more like, yeah, this is a side project, like who cares kind of a thing, which makes me think it's more like a 6 out of 10 as a release. Not bad, but I mean, kind of a forgettable if you're really honest about it. Then the second of this underground trio is from Time Primer, a Finnish progressive metal band, and now they have this album called Artefact. I previously reviewed quite a few of their singles, not so much on Rauta, however, and they are very skilled. They know how to do excellent sounding music. That is, the production values are top notch. The vocals, clean ones, and all that stuff. A little bit crawliness here and well. It's very, very skilled. It's very talented. Nothing to take away from that. And I guess this is very much for those progressive metal fans who like bands like Lepros and whatnot. So yeah, these guys know how to play their instruments. They know how to execute great vocals. They know how to produce an album in terms of, sound, beat, bass, audible one, really. Guitars, powerful drums and all that stuff. Everything here is top notch, world class. I kid you not. This is very, very finely executed. But when it comes to songwriting, well, let me put it this way. The individual songs are better than the album as a whole. Now it seems like it's way too lengthy, almost 60 minutes, and it's almost like not that well balanced. I mean, there's lots of progressive elements, but it seems like it's a puzzle game made of individual puzzles which don't necessarily fit one another that well. And the overall feeling is like a little bit lost. I'm losing the whatever path there is supposed to be. So individual songs, goodish, decentish. This one, a little bit too much. It's almost like lacking focus. Like, instead of having individual great songs that would, make a great album or even good one, now it's more like compilation feeling. Maybe they made too many songs individually, not, thinking the whole game. Or maybe I'm not just too much into that kind of stuff. My favorite ones are the ones that, the songs that are more leaning towards evergreen with a rather melancholy in the game. And that is, I think, the beauty of it. When it gets more like uplifting moods, I'm like, okay, not my thing. So maybe it's just me not being the audience. For prog metal fans, I guess, go for it, check it out. But the other ones, not so much. It might be just out of your comfort zone. That's what I'm guessing anyway for myself as well. And that's pretty much the problem. So for progressive metal fans, definite go, others not so much. Which brings us to the last and the best of the pile, Sarvekas. Now their debut EP a few years ago, which I reviewed, was actually quite good of a black metal newcomer release. And now I think they have turned it a little bit better. The thing here is, now with the full album, I think something is now managing to do more click. Everything seems to fall in place. This is kind of atmospheric, kind of a very 90s, kind of a very melodic and fast tempo, but everything seems to, fit in their place. Now, when it comes to being catchy and all that stuff, that's the downside. It's not exactly that. But those melodies work well, the production is good, the raspy vocals is good, everything seems to be good. Not great, however, because once again, this kind of lacks their killer songs, the ones that are really like, wow, I'm gonna go crazy about it. But overall, it's very, very likable album and reminds me a little bit, especially those melodic parts, another Finnish band, Norhem, which is actually from my home city. This is from the same area roughly, but not exactly the same city. So maybe there is some kind of a southern Finnish melodic atmospheric black metal presence here, which is, I don't know, a little bit kind of a thing. Anyway, if you like 1990s, especially the late 1990s Nordic black metal, you don't mind the atmospheric stuff and you don't mind a little bit melodics, and you are not definitely going for ultra raw, primitive black metal, this is something that you should definitely check it out. This has been out late May 2023 through Soul Cellar Records, and as I said, always, if you like physical products, this kind of digipack is nice to have. I don't know about the other formats, but assuming how nice the cover art here is, it probably looks nice if you have it, the possibility to get it as LP, because that's also out. So, Sarvekas is back and now stronger than ever. Go to check it out. 3 different styles, and you will have the links in the description box. So click and check out the bands you're interested in, and let me know you like them. I hope you have some good times, and wish you like them all, but never say never unless it's sure. All right, take your time, and bye-bye. Cheers.